Hello guys, this is Miguel from Jeep Renegade, and I have finally had the time and basically decided to make a full video about my build on my 2017 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4. And I have been requested this so many times. I couldn't tell you exactly how many times I have been messaged through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube about my build. So I was waiting for my front bumper to be done so I could have it done, and I finally have it. So I just decided to do it today. It's a nice day. We have had a lot of bad weather, rain and snow, so I thought it was a perfect day to do it today. So let me get started with giving you a small walkthrough of my Jeep. So like I said, this is a 2017 Jeep Renegade Latitude. It's 4x4, and I bought it bone stock, so it did not have any modifications, nothing at all. It was just a street little Renegade. And as you can see, I have done a lot of modifications to it. Tires, to lifts, to headlight replacement, skip plates, everything that you basically can put on a Renegade right now, other than rock sliders. I do not have rock sliders. I may do that in the future. I do not know if I'm gonna do it. So let's get started. So the first thing I actually did on this Renegade, believe it or not, was the headlights. Which is probably what most people do, but I have gone through two different types. So this is the Valkyrie headlight adapter for fitting 7-inch headlights that you will normally use on a Jeep Wrangler. These are the JW Speaker Evo 3, I think, and they work great. I love them, and they're really bright. As you can see them earlier, I had them on a show where, let me see if I can do it again. All right, so you can see right now they are on just standard driving. Those are low beams. So I actually use an app. I don't know if you can see, guys, it's pretty bright today, so I'm just gonna tell you what I do. So I have an app for these headlights. It is a JW Speaker app, and I just go on my vehicle, and then I can remote control. I can't really see, guys, so I apologize if you cannot see what I'm doing. So right now it's communicating with my Jeep. It already did. And right here on the mode, I can select from off-road to party to standard. So if I do off-road, you're gonna see the big change right there. So it goes to like everything that it's got, every single thing. And you can do, you see that little side, it's called side optic. I don't want to blind it, so I don't know if you can see it, but it goes on and off. It's a little tiny light on the inner side of his headlights. So you have that, or you can go again to party, and party starts doing this sequence where it's pretty cool. You can see both headlights start rotating, and it does that. And it has different modes, so I can change that from that one to this one. There's a different one right there. So again, it has 5 different modes that I can just select whatever I want, and I have it on that one right now. That's my favorite. So I'm gonna go back to just a standard, because that's what I need on driving. So right there. So again, this is the 7-inch headlight adapter from Valkyrie off-road, I think, and it's for Jeep Renegades. You can buy them. I think you can still buy them right now. I cannot guarantee you that, because I have seen some people ordering things, and I think they were going through some kind of changes. So I don't know really. I don't know what to tell you, but this is what these headlights are. Valkyrie adapters. Okay, so we'll go from that one. So the lights, and then after the headlights, I actually ended up getting bed liner on the roof. So what happened is sometime a few months after I bought the Jeep, so after I bought the Jeep, I had a bird dropped some poop on top of my Jeep, and then I had a fruit, some kind of fruit, that dropped on top of the Jeep too. And for some reason I missed them. I didn't see them for like a month or so, and then they melted through the paint. So I, instead of just repainting the whole roof, I decided to do bed liner on top of it, which was way cheaper. And as you can see, it's just holding, it holds really well. So I like it. So that's what I have on my Jeep. After that, obviously were tires, but this is not the set I had before. So I used to have two 55/55/18 KO2s on my stock rims, and I did not have any lift, but I did have to do the pinch seam mud, which goes right here. For those that know what I'm talking about, it's basically just getting rid of a little bit of metal sticking out right here, and then using the sledgehammer and just pushing it a little bit inside. Now right now I am running a different wheel setup. So these are two 65/65/17 KM3s. So these are mud terrain tires. So the stock tires that I had were about 24 pounds, I think, per tire. These ones are, I think, 56. So I went twice as much on weight, and you can tell they are heavy. Okay, so if you're planning on getting these kind of tires and you daily drive, I do not recommend them because they're heavy. I do daily drive, but I do heavy off-road on this one, so they have been great. These are the 17-inch method raised wheels, and they have the bit grip technology, which is allows you to lower your tire pressure pretty low. I don't remember, to be honest. You can look it up online, but I don't do it. I actually haven't done it much. I did it once because I would like to have my tire clearance, so I want to be off the ground so I don't hit the rocks. Okay, so that's what I have. Two 65/65/17 KM3s on 17-inch method race wheels. I have, as you can see there, I have an 1.25 inch spacer, and that allows me to push the tire away from the wheel well, so I don't rub. As you can see right now, I don't have any issues rubbing because of the bumper, which I will talk in a little bit. And I did serious cutting. Okay, you can see right here there is some part of the fender, it's gone. Okay, you can see it, I cut it right there. So otherwise this would have been here and my tire would be rubbing. So if you want to run these kind of tires, you have to be comfortable in cutting your Jeep a lot, and I'm talking a lot. Okay, it's not the regular pinch seam. You have to really bang the crap out of your Jeep. I do have a 2-inch lift from Rough Country, and let me show you what I have. So in the rear, because of my bumper in the rear, my tire carrier, my back, or my rear was a little lower, so I ended up buying the Eibach springs, and you can see these are silver. So I only have them in the rear. I do have the spacer here. Okay, so it's all around it. The Eibach spring is on the rear only, not in the front, because at one point I did not have this bumper, and this bumper is heavy. Okay, so I may have to add it later, but right now it's running fine. You can see I have plenty of clearance, so I don't have any issue with it right now. I'm driving fine. So the next thing I did was my rear bumper. This is probably the most common question. So this is the Avid rear bumper with tire carrier. I believe they are out of business right now, so you're not able to buy it anymore. I might be wrong, but that's what I heard. I have heard. So this bumper, it's actually really nice. It holds really well. It has recovery points. You have a tow hitch, This is from my trailer, which I haven't finished I mean, it works, but it's not fully connected. In some of my videos you can see it you can see me dragging it. And this is the swing bar where I have my lock. So let me show you. So I actually lock it because I don't want this to open. It opened one time by accident, and that thing swung really hard, and I was actually lucky that it didn't break, because my tire, like I said, is 65 pounds plus the 20 plus rim, or makes it close to 100 pounds, and it's a lot of weight. So just open it and you pull it. Since I'm here, I am just gonna talk to my next mod that I have here, so I don't have to open it again. So this is the rear bumper with the swing bar that carries the tire, and as you can see, I got all my license plate lighting, the lights here, and then I run my camera wires here. You can see it right here, and they are a little exposed, which, you know, I really don't care, but I guess I could make it a little bit nicer. But that's where they run, and they come up right here, and from here I just go behind the tire, connect my, you know, I wrap the wire here around, and then I connect my license plate, which I have a quick disconnect, and also my camera. So this is my reverse camera, and everything works great. As you can see, it opens pretty good. There's a lot of space. You can lift the gate with no problem. And I also have that little modification right here. It's a little bit of a lights that I bought from Walmart, and I put them right on the Jeep logo, and this lights up the whole floor here. It's really good. It's not for the trunk. The trunk does not get any light other than my stock lights, which I haven't done anything to it. And under my trunk here, I have my subwoofer, which I made myself. But I usually, daily driving, I keep it here, but when I go off-roading or overlanding or camping or anything like that, I take them out. That's what I have here. So it's pretty stock in there, other than that little light modification up there. Okay, the next thing I was going to mention is this mod. So I used to carry my shovels and everything on top of my roof rack, but I decided to change that and do this. So I bought this shovel mount carrier, I guess, and I had a friend of mine weld it to the back of the bumper. So this is not part of it, okay? So as you can see, it was welded right here, and then we spray paint it, and now I have a lock, so I can put a shovel. I usually carry a shovel and an axe. That's what I carry here, and when I close it, it's just barely clearing it, but I haven't hit anything. It works great. And you know, I use a small shovel, I don't use a long one, so it just sticks out this much, somewhere right here, so I don't block anything on my lights. I may in the future add a propane tank holder so I can carry my propane. So that's basically it with the tires and the bumper on the back. So you can see it's pretty big and it's heavy. All right, the next mod that I did on this Jeep was the I think it was the roof carrier or the basket. I have changed it. So I had the stock one, which was it actually stick out this far out, so 6 feet. I think it was 6 feet. This one is shorter. It's the Tyger rack, and it works great. The only issue I have is it's a little bit smaller, so I cannot carry as much as I wish, or as I want to, but it works great. So what I have on my rack is just mounted on this Amazon. I bought this from Amazon, and they work great. They actually lift the rack off the roof pretty good, so there is no chance of me getting my roof damaged. But like I said, I have a roof liner and that thing just it's great. So I added my rack, and then on top of my rack you can see I have lights. So let me show you. I have my little light bar here. So I have my little Auxbeam switch. So as you can see, I have my rack lights right here, cubes, fan, light bar, and flood. I'll show you this later. But if I turn it on, then I have my lights on, and then those are all the way to the back. So it's all the way around lights. So I have plenty of light. And then when I was running these wires, you can see it. So all of them are connected together. So it's one single switch. And then from all those lights get together somewhere in there. And then I bring them through, let me see if I can get up there so I can show. Okay, so I have this. And this is where all my wires go inside my Jeep. And you can see it's pretty thick wire because I wanted to have plenty of juice, or thick wire capable to run all the juice inside. So I have one from the light bar. This is the light bar only, which you can see is a PVC pipe that I painted, and it runs straight, all the way straight to the light bar in the front. I'll show you that in a second. And then the roof rack lights, I gotta adjust that one, go here, and they go straight into my roof. I drilled through my roof, and then from there I went down somewhere here. So yeah, somewhere here behind my light into the Jeep, and then they run all the way through here, all the way to the front, and they just basically come to the Auxbeam box, which I have there. I'll show you in a second. And this is where the light bar is. So everything works great. Let me turn it on for you. You can see it's on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That light is flickering. Looks like I gotta replace it. It's been years since I installed it, so you know, I barely use it, but I shouldn't be flickering. So I guess I'll have to get a new one eventually. All right, so after that I added my cubes right here. These are rough country cubes. Let me show you. I have it right here with my light cubes, so you can see it. They're on. I have the cover on the other one so you don't see it, but they are bright. So ditch lights, I think is what they're called, ditch lights. So I have them with protectors, and they work great. I love them. Pretty much everything about the lighting system that I have, I think it works great. So that's what I have on the roof rack with the lights. I also have my ROAMCO Adventure code, yeah, ROAM Adventure code box. So in that box, have my tools and my recovery gear. Basically, that's all I have there. So you know, basically for storage. So I have that one, and it's mounted through the box. So I drilled through the box to run U-rings. I don't know if I can show you that. Yeah, you won't be able to see them, but it's mounted so nobody can steal it. And then I have locks. I have 3. I know it's an overkill, but I think it's just better be safe than sorry. But that's what I have on my toolbox there: recovery and tools. And then on the other side, I have an actual separate video of how I did this. So if you guys wanna check it out, this is my Rotopax mount. So it's this plate where I can put my 4-gallon gas tank right here, and it's lockable, so I can actually lock it. But right now I don't have it because it just, you know, I don't have anything on it. But this is where I put my 4-gallon gas tank, and I'm about to purchase a extension so I can add 2-gallon water tanks, so I can bring that for camping. But that's basically what I have. As you can see, it's not much of a room, so I don't know if I'm eventually transitioning to a bigger roof carrier, roof basket. So after that, I think I added this guy. No, I added the skid plates. Let's go over the skid plates. So skid plates I have front skid plate from Valkyrie, and then I have the middle one, which I think is for the differential. No, that's a differential. That's a differential. I don't remember what this one is called, so I'll put in the description. But I have all 3 skid plates, okay? And this is for the drive shaft. I guess it's just where the drive shaft connects. And by the way, that's a brand new drive shaft that I screwed up very early. It failed on me. I didn't really do anything to it. Just I think I hit one of the rubber seals, and then it started. Well, actually, I did screw it up, I guess. So I cut one of the rubber seals, and I didn't know it was damaged, and it kept just splattering all the grease from I think right here on the rubber seal. And then eventually my my differential failed, and I had the dealer replace it for free, because they also failed to notice all that thing, and they told me my Jeep is great, so I kept driving it, and that's what happened. So one day I was driving off-road, and if you look at the video from I don't remember, but it's one of my videos. You can see where I'm going off-road up a hill, which is nothing serious, and it failed. But yeah, this is the rear differential skid plate, and it mounts on, so it's not really hard to do. This one is easy. The drive shaft skid plate is also pretty easy to mount. The one on the front is a whole different story. It's heavy, so let me show you. Alright, so this one is the Valkyrie skid plate. It's heavy, and it also has an oil plate that you can take off, so you can do your oil changes with no problem. So as you can see, I have used it quite a lot, and it's great. It's still there, very, very sturdy. Those guys from Valkyrie, which is also, you know, like I said, it's Valkyrie brand. These guys sell really good stuff. If you get your hands on it, do it, because they're worth the money. So that skid plate also from Valkyrie were these guys that I didn't mention earlier, but these are cube ditch mounts, are from Valkyrie, as well as this. So all these I bought it from Valkyrie. And the headlights, I like their products, they're great. I tried to get their bumper, but they weren't replying to me anymore, so I ended up getting a separate bumper, which I'll talk in a second. So the next thing I did, I think, is my snorkel. So the snorkel, it's from Abbott, as you can see. I think it's the desert edition. No, it's not the desert. It's not the desert. The desert was supposed to be like keep the dust from going inside, but this one is you know, it's open here. It's 3 pieces, I think. It's this one, and then the one inside that connects to the box where the air comes through. And it works great. I have been in the water quite a few times. I have been as deep as probably right here. So I have been really, really deep, and I haven't had any issues. If you see one of my very early videos, one of my buddies, James, he was driving his yellow Jeep Renegade, and he hydro locked his engine, and that's the reason why I bought that one, because I didn't want to do that. And you know, he got it fixed, and then he transitioned from there to a Wrangler, and he ended up selling his Renegade in good shape, so that was good. All right, the next thing I'm gonna show you is just how I have my Auxbeam connected. So basically what I have here is the Auxbeam. Let's see if I can silence that thing. I'm saying that my fall has left the car, but it's not really true, so let me okay, so I have the panel here. So far I have 5 out of the 8 options or spaces they give you. So they have different fuse options, so you can put higher I think it's higher amperage or higher volts. I don't remember, to be honest. I'm not an electrician, but you have eight options, and right now, as you can see, I have my fan, which I'll show you in a second what it is for. I have my light bar, which is right above my roof. The floodlights, these are the new ones that I just added. This is the rack, which is the one that goes around the roof rack, and then my ditch lights is the cubes. Okay, so I mounted it here with just double-sided tape. That's all it's holding it. I really don't need much. And the wire runs inside there through the firewall to the inside of the engine bay. So let me show you what I have. I haven't finished it completely. I was trying to finish it, but I just got so busy with so many things going on at work, and haven't done it. But so this is my very extremely dirty engine bay. I haven't cleaned it, so you're welcome. All right, so like I said, I haven't finished. Right now I'm just testing the lights to make sure they work fine. So this is where my Auxbeam fuse box is, and this, you can see all the wires are here. These come from the different lights that I have, and they just plug into the fuses. You can see we have a 30 amps, and then it's 30 amps. I was saying volts, amps. You can see it's 30, and then 20, 10, and then 5 amps. So depending on what you're running, then you want to obviously use the correct voltage, amperage. So right there, it's a box, and then you also have this fuse box, which protects the whole deal. So you can see this wire goes in from here, and then from here goes to the battery. And this thing works great. It's waterproof. As you can see, I don't have anything other than just a little bit of dust. It works great. As you can see, this is what I was mentioning. I'm not done. I'm just testing the wires. This is from my new floodlights, which I'll show you now. So I added those lights, these ones from Nubsite. This is apparently a pretty popular brand. I'd never heard of it until the last SEMA show, and I saw them, and they work great. I really like them. They come with the covers, and you can put them on and off. Let me turn them on so you can see them. Alright, so you can see this is the flood. So I'm gonna turn them on. Right now it's just on driving light, so let me show you that first. Let's see if it's on. Yeah, so you can see it. It's just a trim around it. It's yellow, and you actually have the option to use white instead of the amber. So I like amber right now because I just wanted to give a different color, but those are hooked up to my DRLs, so if I'm driving, they're on. If I turn them on, then you're gonna have the DRL on plus the actual light. And then, like I said, these covers cover it, and they look different. So those are my new addition to the lighting system, on top of my KC's. I apologize for the noise. There's a lot of people driving and walking by, but these are my KC lights. So because I transitioned from a plastic stock bumper, where you guys know we had the turning signal right here next to the DRLs, I got rid of that. This is why I got this for my DRLs, and then this is my turning signal. So those are Cyclone lights. I think they were made for the JKs originally. I'm not sure, but let me put the hazards. And I just bought them because I thought they were cool and simple to install. And as you can see, that's my turning signals and my hazards, and they work awesome. I like them. They work really well. They're bright, you can see them, and that's all I really care, is people see me where I'm going, for safety purposes, obviously. The next thing I'm going to show you is my fan. So right here is my fan. Okay, so this switch, I'm going to turn it on. It basically turns on my, you can hear it. I don't know if you can see it very well through the camera, but right here behind this part, it's my, you can see it right there, This is an extra transmission cooler that I installed. They are from Mishimoto. I'll try to put the links to all the items that I have added to my Jeep, so you guys can have an idea where I got them from if you want to go that route. But so I bought that because I went to Colorado and I was climbing up the mountains, and I'm talking about between 12 to I think 15,000 feet above the sea level, and my transmission was getting hot. Okay, sorry, the wife is calling, so I had to text back. It was pretty high. So the issue was that my transmission was heating up so bad that I had to take little breaks here and there. It wasn't anything serious, because as long as I didn't let my engine overheat too much, I was fine. And it didn't happen every single time, you know. It happened randomly, not randomly, but whenever I was on a constant climb going uphill. And as you can see, this was my main issue right here. These guys. Other Renegades do not have the same issue, because basically you know, they're lighter tires, because the tires are light, the transmission was not being forced to work hard, and that makes a huge difference when you're climbing. So if you see all those videos of Renegades climbing high up, they do not have these tires. You put those on, you're gonna have other differences. And then you add the fact that mine is a Latitude, it's not a Trailhawk, so it's supposed to be a little bit different. To be honest, I have wheeled with Trailhawks before, and none of my bodies that have Renegades with Trailhawk Renegades used their 4-low. Never. We always went on the automatic, and I'm talking about guys that I did serious off-road with. So you know, I'm not saying that it doesn't make a difference, we just never need it, and I never needed that when I was in Colorado. So that I can tell you is the that is the hardest trail that I have done. Is definitely Colorado. Imogen Pass and Engineer Pass was pretty good too, and Mineral Creek. The Mineral Creek was the toughest one. I apparently I didn't know. It was my first trip to Colorado, so I went through the hardest section, and my Jeep was sweating, but I made it through. I didn't use a winch. I have only been winched once, and that was because my belly was touching bottom and my tires were off the ground. That was the only issue. Other than that, I have not been winched. I have used it for recovery for other guys, but not for me. So let me talk about the winch now, and I'll show you my setup. All right, so let's talk about the bumper since we're here. So the bumper is a custom-made bumper made by a friend here in Kentucky. Okay, so he's got a shop. I presented my idea, and then he gave me an idea of what it could look like, and then we both basically kind of worked together to come up with the design. So it is he used my previous bar. As you can see, this is the original mount that I had on my stock bumper. He just added a couple things to it, and then reinforced it, and then got rid of the all the plastic around it, and used tubes. As you can see, they're solid, they're pretty good there. And the other thing that he added to my bumper is skid plates. I requested skid plates, so as you can see, this bottom skid plate connects to my other skid plate from Valkyrie. So it is all covered, it's protected. We have drain holes. That was the other main thing that I was very concerned about, was I wanted to make sure that my bumper had airflow, and this guy, as you can see, has all kinds of airflows. It's even better than the Valkyrie bumper, based on what I have seen. I haven't had the chance to see it in person, but this one has plenty of airflow. You can see I have a screen here. Obviously all this area it's open. Then I added these little openings here too, so we have more air. He cut the bumper, yeah, and then we added the the fog lights here. So this was made by him. He just drilled a hole and then mounted to it. So I was able to use my stock fog lights from JW Speaker 2. So as you can see, it's really well done. He also added hinges here, so I am able to drop this part down by removing the bolts here. So if I remove this bolt, this drops down and I have full access to my winch, which you know, it's right here. And then if I wanted to take my skid plate, those are the bolts for the skid plate here, and then obviously the ones they connect right there. So I'm trying to show you a good angle of the bumper. I'm sorry if you guys get a little bit blinded by the sound, but it's pretty strong right now. And then he re-welded the recovery points, and that's basically it. The bumper, you know, it's a one piece with skid plates. So what he did is he actually ended up making this bumper stick out about an inch more, an inch and a half more from where it was before, because we had to, because of the fog lights. The fog lights were forcing the winch to go further inside, closer to the radiator, which we don't want to touch. So he ended up making an extension and making this one longer and stronger. This winch is, as you can see, and that's the brand, Ironman, and it's a 12,000 pound winch. I know it's not I mean, it is an overkill for what I have, but I was thinking on transitioning this winch to my Wrangler, because at one point I was thinking that, you know, I was just gonna do a little bit of off-road with this Jeep, and then I will transfer everything to my Wrangler. But I'm having a blast with this little thing. I will tell you this much: I will trade my Wrangler much faster and easier than trading my Renegade. I just have so many good memories with the Jeep that I like it. I really haven't had any serious issues with it, so it's a great Jeep. It's a great little Jeep. Let me see, am I missing something else? Yes. Okay, so right here, you don't see it from under it, but on top of the Jeep I had to drill a hole to put a heat how do you call it? Well, basically a cover to release the heat from the engine bay, because again, in Colorado my engine was overheating it wasn't overheating, it was hot. It never overheated. It got hot. So first thing I did is I got rid of the mesh grill inserts, the stock ones, and then I put ones that are opened, so I have full air going inside my engine bay. And then also, let me close it. I have this hood scoop is actually functional, so the air, the heat can get out of the engine bay through these holes. There's openings here, and there's a huge hole right here, and this is mounted to the hood, and it's there. A guy from close by, I think it's maybe in Ohio somewhere, he reached out to me because one of my buddies has the same hood, so hood scoop, I don't know, I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. But he has it. So this guy, Napier, I think it's his last name, Napier. I'll put the description later, guys, I can't remember. He reached out to me and said, hey, I have one, would you like to try it? And then I was like, sure, why not? And I was thinking, hey, I'm going to Colorado, why I don't add it and have an extra protection for the Jeep once I go up there. So I actually added this guy before I went to Colorado. Other than that, I really don't have any other modifications on my Jeep. It's pretty stock, other than what I have shown you. Let me see. I have this one. These are custom turning signals, which they're sequential. They're not the stock ones. So this is another modification I have done. I bought this from Amazon, so you can find them on Amazon. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna do another little walkthrough about the Jeep so you can see it. I don't know if you guys can catch on the camera, but my Jeep is severely scratched. That's thanks to one of the most fun trails I have ever done, and we ended up driving through trees and branches, and it was amazing. But I ended up earning serious memories to the Jeep. So I think that's it, guys. I don't think I have anything else that I can talk about. Look, the bed liner goes all the way around to the back, so the whole Jeep is protected on the top. That's it, I think. So if you guys want to have any questions or anything, drop them down in the comment section, and then if I have the answer, I'll definitely give you an answer back. So thank you for checking out the channel and the support, and I hope to one day see you on the trails. And you know, it's great to be outdoors, so you guys, you need to keep doing. I think it's a great break from the daily activities that we have that tends to drive us crazy, and just, you know, make our lives a little bit more miserable sometimes. So outdoors is, for me, is the answer. So I hope one day I can see you guys, and if you see me, stop by and say hi, and you know, it'll be great to meet you. Thank you again. Bye bye.